Hey guys, Dr. J here. This is episode 22 of my Dark Souls Remastered walkthrough series. In this series, I will be defeating all of the enemies, collecting all of the items, and talking about the game's story and lore. In this episode, we are going to unlock the final 2 achievements in the game. I'm not going to show you the entire second cycle, since I will be heading straight to the bosses we need and then finishing the cycle. Obviously, we are starting with the Asylum Demon. Even in New Game Plus, he goes down in just 3 swings of the Great Scythe. After killing him, we'll visit Oscar to get the keys. Then we'll leave the Asylum. Before heading to Firelink Shrine, there's something I meant to show you last cycle. If we trade a Skull Lantern to Snuggly the Crow, he'll give us the Ring of Fog. It's great because it drastically reduces enemy aggro range, and it's especially useful in the Tomb of the Giants. Would have been nice if I'd remembered to grab it during the first run. I started by entering the Undead Burg, stopping at the Undead Merchant for the residence key, dropping to the tower basement to kill Havel for no real reason, and finally landing a plunging attack on the Taurus Demon. After that, I went straight to the bridge leading to the Undead Parish, baited the Red Drake with my longbow, and killed it. Again, for no real reason. It's surprisingly tanky, so it took a while. Then I headed to the Sunlight Altar and traded Gwyn's Soul for the Sunlight Spear miracle, which meant that the only miracle left for the Prayer of a Maiden achievement was Karmic Justice from Oswald the Pardoner. We could have bought it last cycle, but it was pricey, and since we had to kill the Bell Gargoyles again anyway, it made more sense to wait. I also grabbed the basement key, since I forgot to prep all the weapons we needed for the boss weapons. I was going to have to hit the entrance to the depths for the large ember. I also picked up this Firekeeper Soul, since I still hadn't maxed out my Estus Flask. Then freed Knight Lautrec, and this time I was planning to let him kill the Firekeeper at Firelink Shrine, so I could show you what happens next. After that, I went up to the Gargoyles and killed them. The fight was actually pretty close. They hit hard in New Game Plus. I had to use my Lightning Spear miracle to make sure they didn't finish me off while there were still 2 of them. Once the first one died, it was easy. After killing them, I climbed the bell tower and rang the first bell of awakening. Then went back down the ladder, spoke with Oswald, and bought Karmic Justice, our last miracle for the Prayer of a Maiden achievement. Now the only achievements left are the Dark Lord Ending and Knight's Honor. My next targets were Sif and the Moonlight Butterfly. I went down to Andre, bought the Crest of Artorias, killed the Titanite Demon, which took a surprisingly long time, rested at the Darkroot Garden bonfire, so I could homeward bound back after the butterfly, opened the door to the other half of Darkroot Garden, and beelined to the Moonlight Butterfly's tower. Because we are in New Game Plus, I barely had enough Great Lightning Spears to finish the Moonlight Butterfly. I only needed her soul, but I still grabbed the Divine Ember. After that, I homeward bound back to the Darkroot Garden bonfire, passed through the gate, ignored the NPCs, and went straight to Sif's arena. I took time to buff here. New Game Plus bosses are no joke. With the buffs, Sif went down quickly. Then I returned to the Undead Parish and took the elevator back down to Firelink Shrine. There I visited Lautrec for a Sunlight Medal, though we don't really need them anymore, and headed into New Londo Ruins. I wasn't going to explore yet, I just needed the connection to Blighttown. I wanted to kill Quelag and ring the second Bell of Awakening, which is why I didn't rest at any of the bonfires down here. Even with the buffs, Quelag nearly killed me with her last-second explosion. Thankfully, I survived with a sliver of health and rang the second Bell of Awakening. Since I was here, I also took down the Ceaseless Discharge. We don't need his soul, but we do need him dead to reach the Bed of Chaos. After a long, grueling fight, I beat him and homeward bound to Firelink Shrine, only to find the Firekeeper dead. I picked up her armor set and a strange black eye orb. There was nothing else I could do for her, so I took the elevator back up to the parish and headed straight to Sans Fortress. I decided to stop dodging and equipped Havos armor set, buffed up, and shredded the Iron Golem. In Anna Londo, I crossed the chapel rafters without fighting the Painting Guardians, which almost cost me my life. Then I went down to fight Gwyndolin, because we needed his soul for a boss weapon. Still wearing Havos armor set made the fight pointlessly hard, but I got it done. Next were Ornstein and Smough. I didn't need anything from the Painted World, so I skipped it. Before that fight, I had to settle the business with Lautrec killing the Firekeeper, so I invaded him. In order to do that, I had to use the Black Eye Orb in the hole before ONS. I fought him in Black Iron Tarkus's armor set, which turned out to be a really bad idea, but barely managed to pull it off in the end, netting us a souvenir of reprisal, the Firekeeper's soul, and his Fap Ring. Just an FYI, you only need to kill Lautrec, not his companions. After that, I switched back to Havos armor set, buffed up, and started Ornstein and Smough. I had to kill Smough first this time, since we needed Ornstein's soul for a boss weapon. Havos set wasn't ideal here either, but I eventually killed Ornstein, got his soul and the Leo ring, and then the Lord Vessel from Guinevere. Now that I could warp, I returned to Firelink Shrine and resurrected our Firekeeper. She told us her name was Anastasia of Astora. She believed her tongue was impure and didn't say much else.
Now I can continue my duty as a keeper.
No reason to delay placing the Lord vessel this time, so I did. And then headed straight to New Londo ruins. I opened the seal and went straight to the Four Kings arena. Unfortunately, since I didn't clear the ghosts, some got into the tower and forced me to use a transient curse, which meant I couldn't use power within. Both are self-buffs, so the fight took longer than it should have. Still, it wasn't too bad. After the Four Kings, I remembered I still needed to prep some weapons for boss upgrades, so I used the basement key to reach the lower undead burg, killed the Capra demon for the key to the depths, and grabbed the large ember behind the butcher. Next up were the catacombs. I took the shortcut to Pinwheel and nearly died to Bone Wheels. Thankfully, I reached the fog and started the fight, which went much like last cycle. The Tomb of the Giants was far easier this time, thanks to the Sunlight Maggot. I took the shortest route to the boss, ignoring most enemies. Nito didn't last long with all of my buffs. With him dead, I had the second of the 4 Lord Souls needed to finish this cycle. Next was Seath. To reach him, I warped to Anna Londo and killed the Firekeeper there again.
Is a threat.
I went to Seath's study, still in Havel's armor set, equipped a Ring of Sacrifice, and let Seath kill me. After escaping my cell, I went to check on Big Head Logan, but he wasn't there, since we never rescued him from Sans Fortress, which made me think. Nearly every NPC we cross paths with ends up dead, so maybe the best way to keep them alive is to just leave them alone. Anyway, I escaped the Archive Tower, entered the Crystal Cave, and killed Seath again. With the 3 Lord Souls done, only the Bed of Chaos remained. Since I hadn't rested at the Daughter of Chaos bonfire, I couldn't warp there, so I used New Londo's route to the Valley of Drakes to reach Blightstown's back entrance. I went into the swamp via the water wheel, killed Engi since I didn't want to wait for him to move, and had the fair lady reinforce my Estus flask with the Anna Londo Firekeeper soul. Then I entered the demon ruins and went straight to the demon Fire Sage. The fight was tougher than I expected, even when fully buffed. I guess face tanking, even in Havel's armor set, isn't ideal for most bosses. With the Fire Sage dead, I went straight to the Centipede demon. This one actually went better than the last cycle. He still forced me to finish him off with my Great Lightning Spears, and I ended with 0 Estus Flask charges. The last boss this cycle was the Bed of Chaos. I used the same strategy as before, so she went down quickly. She did spook me a bit by casting Chaos Firestorm right before she died. With all of the bosses done, the last step was prepping the weapons for turning them into boss weapons. I wasn't going to create any this cycle, since I still needed one more copy of Sif's Soul. I was going to wait for the next cycle and then craft everything we were missing. Finally, I went to the Fireling altar and offered all 4 Lord Souls. The last task this cycle was to fight Gwyn, kill him, and choose the Dark Lord ending by leaving the cave.
My lord, bless thy safe return. Let Kath and Framt serve your highness. We are here to serve your highness. Let true dark be cast upon the world. Our Lord hath returned.
In the last cycle, all I needed was to get Sif's Soul again, and then reach the giant blacksmith in Anor Londo. I switched back to lighter armor. Havos just didn't feel right. After killing the Asylum Demon and reaching Fireling Shrine, I went straight to the Taurus Demon. No matter the cycle, he is always easy. Yep, I definitely didn't almost die there. With the Taurus Demon down, next were the Bell Gargoyles. No surprises this time, I beat them easily, climbed the tower and rang the first bell. The next boss was Sif. It was either her or Quelag, but since I wanted this bonfire to homeward bone to later, I bought the Crest of Artorias from Andre and went straight to Sif, since we were here anyway. I ran past all the hunters in Darkroot Garden again and reached Sif's arena quickly. Sif gave me some trouble this time, mostly because I wasn't paying attention. After the kill, I homeward boned back to the Undead Parish, then took the elevator to Fireling Shrine. After that, I used the new Londo elevator, opened the Valley of Drakes shortcut with the Master Key, dropped to Lower Blighttown with the Water Wheel, killed Quelag and rang the second bell, then homeward boned to the Undead Parish. Ran through Sense Fortress without dying several times. Killed the Iron Golem, who was tougher than expected, and warped to Anor Londo. The final step was to reach the giant blacksmith. I crossed the chapel rafters again and ignored as many Silver Knights as possible until I made it. The last boss weapons I needed were the true Great Sword of Artorias, the Great Lord Great Sword, Quelaag's Fury Sword, the Dragon Slayer Spear, the Dragon Bone Fist, the Crystal Ring Shield, the Great Shield of Artorias, and finally, the Tin Dark Moon Catalyst that unlocked the Knight's Honor achievement and consequently the Dark Soul. I'll be honest with you guys, I dislike collection achievements with no in-game tracker to show progress, but that's how it is. Anyway, we've unlocked all achievements in Dark Souls Remastered. That was quite the ride. Thank you for watching this video, and if it was helpful to you, I would very much appreciate it if you could press the like button, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and leave a comment down below.